everybody, welcome back to Millennial Planter. I'm Marina, a self-proclaimed hoarder culturalist. You get it? So today I'm doing the juicy Plantuber tag. It was a tag created by Julie Nicole. I was tagged by Scott from Scott Goes an Avocado Tree and Lessa from Lessia's Leaves. I also am coming at you with some quarantine hair, as they say. You know, when you get bored and you just need to do something, so you do something drastic. But yeah, I'm still getting used to them, but I like it. Anyways, so while I did this tag, I'd figure I would make a trellis for my Hoya Crimson Princess, right? I just bought this plant out because it was like sitting by my windowsill and I can't really see it. And it has a new leaf coming in, and that's so exciting because I just received this plant, I think last week, and it has a new little leaf. So that's really cool. And I want to make a trellis for it. I made a trellis for the Crimson Queen that I have, and I just like the way it looks, and I really know that Hoyas like to be trellised, and I have these bamboo sticks just laying around my house. So let's get started. So somebody on Instagram told me that gardening shears help cut bamboo sticks really good. So I'm gonna try that out because I was using a knife before and that was hard. My hands were shot. And I'm just going to use some yarn that I have to hold the trellis in place. So we're ghettoifying it, but it's okay, it still works. So the first question is, what is the most expensive plant, the 3 most expensive plants that I own, and do I have any regret? It worked. I got these from the dollar store, so I didn't think they were gonna be that good. Anyway, so the most expensive plant that I own is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It was like $35. So no, I don't regret that at all. And then behind that is my alocasia stingray. You could talk about like how I paid almost like $50 for 2 begonias that were in 2-inch pots. That was with shipping. I mean, I think that's pretty expensive, just like relatively speaking, because like they're tiny, but I don't regret it at all, honestly, for any of them, because they were all really wish list items, especially the begonias. And oh my gosh, yeah, no regrets at all. I really don't know. I feel like maybe on one plant $80 is pushing it. I guess it would just really depend on the plant. Yeah, I think probably $80 is the most that I would go. Maybe 100, like 100 cap, because your girl's broke. Like, I have too many kids to take care of, and I don't have the money to be dropping like hundreds on a plant, to be honest, especially if I don't know if it's gonna live or die, and if it's gonna get lost if I'm importing it. Like, it's too much to worry about, honestly. So yeah, not judging anybody if you want to spend more than that, obviously. So I have the 2 right here, and then I'm probably just gonna do like a regular trellis where it's like that, and then it has the 2 sticks going across. Next question is asking if my plant collection has caused any relationship problems. No. If anything, my husband has said that he doesn't care how many plants I have. Challenge accepted. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. It's been a good balance for sure, and it's been really good for me to have something to concentrate my energy on, you know? So now I am just gonna take the yarn and attach it so that the stick is there, if that makes any sense. This isn't a tutorial, I'm just letting you know how I'm doing things. The next question is, has owning plants interfered with your travel plans? And honestly, no. I do have a cat, and I do have a lizard, and I do have kids. So when we do go on vacation, it's not long, a week long. And honestly, my plants are fine for a week without me. Like, I just water them before I leave, and that's that. Helps when you don't really go anywhere too. Question number 5 is, have you killed a plant intentionally? And I have not. I just can't do it in me. Like, I don't have it in me to intentionally not water a plant or just like forget about it. If I don't like a plant and I get over it, I give it to my mom. She usually always says yes. She hasn't said no to a plant yet, so that helps a lot. So there's the first half. As you can see, the white's really not that nice. Like, if you were to have twine or something, the twine will look a lot better on the bamboo, but we're just doing with what we have, you know? Definitely the pest, and also when you get a more hard to find plant and a more expensive plant, you're really just nervous if it's gonna die, especially if you just got it shipped. I think that's super stressful because you're always just like, is it gonna live? Yeah, those are the 2 most stressful parts. Next is, if you were allowed to only have 3 plants in your collection, what would it be? And that's a hard one. I've been thinking about that question since I found out I was tagged. So how do you just pick 3? Hard question, Julie. 1 would probably be my little baby monstera right here, because this has just been my pride and joy lately. It was the first plant I was gifted by somebody, essentially a stranger on Instagram, and it's just a plant that I really treasure, and I love it a lot. I did not, to be honest, I didn't want a Monstera deliciosa, but then I got this, and I swear I just fell more and more in love with it every time it comes out with a new leaf, and now I just am obsessed. The next plant would probably be the variegated syngonium. It's one of my top favorites. It's been one of my top favorites for the longest. I just love how every leaf is a surprise because you don't know what exactly the variegation is going to look like, and it's just a really beautiful plant, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And the last one is definitely my Begonia Harmonies Firecracker. That is by far my favorite begonia. It's stunning. It has these beautiful red undersides and perfectly angel-shaped wings and beautiful dark forest green foliage. It's a stunner, that's for sure. Ta-da! The next question is, what is your opinion on the rare plant hype? And I have a lot to say about this, actually. When I first started collecting, I thought it was pretty wild that people were charging so much money for plants, and it's not so much that it's the plants, but it's just so much that people are just putting such a high price tag on essentially Mother Nature, and that just feels kind of weird if you think about it, like nature, I don't know. And then you just get into the whole concept of people being money hungry. I understand a plant being expensive if you spent a lot of time growing it and it's an older, mature plant, but people want to sell cuttings for like $200, and I just don't understand. Or I don't understand a plant that's really easygoing, and even though it's more uncommon, they want the price tag to be so high, and then they put the price tag even higher the following year. I mean, if a plant is like easygoing and it grows easily and isn't particularly finicky, I really don't think the plant should be expensive. And I just feel like for a lot of people, it's just a status symbol and it's just a sense of entitlement. But I mean, that's just getting into a whole other can of worms. I think it's just getting a little bit out of hand, to be honest, especially when it comes to poaching. Poaching is never okay. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next is, have you ever purchased a plant because it was trending, and did you end up hating it? And no, I have not. If anything, I think a lot of times what happens with a lot of people, especially after watching this tag, you see a plant so much on social media and in pictures that you kind of just get used to it, and you kind of just start to like it. I don't know how that works or what the psychology is behind that, but yeah, that's happened to me a few times. Didn't like a plant, saw it a bunch of times, and then I was like, oh yeah, I get the hype, I want that plant now. Yeah, but I've never actually wanted a plant because a popular person has it. or because it's like a particularly popular plant. Now I am on my last little edge there, and as you can see, it's coming together quite nicely. Second to last question is, do you think having a plant collection is bad for the environment? And honestly, yeah, no. And I guess it could be if you're shipping plants out every single day or ordering plants every single day from Thailand, and you know, like you just start thinking about carbon footprints and all those emissions and plastic and all the things that are just bad for the environment. But I feel like a lot of people in this community are somewhat conscious when it comes to reusing and reducing and recycling, and that helps a lot. And when it comes to conservation, it's definitely not bad for the environment, especially when there are botanically rare plants out there and people are trying to learn more about it because they have these plants in their collection. So I guess it's yes and no. I mean, out of all the hobbies out there, plant collecting definitely isn't high up there on like being bad for the environment. And the last question is, how much would someone have to pay you to kill your favorite plant? Oh man, literally like $1 million. Honestly, just because I can't purposely kill my plant. Like I can't bring myself to purposely kill a plant. If it was for like $100 or $1,000, yeah, no, definitely not. Now if we're going like 100,000 and up, then yeah, I could do it, so that I could buy myself the plant again and potentially more. So yeah, maybe it's a little excessive, but I love my plant babies. And that is perfect because I am done. Ta-da! So I do like to glue down these little edges on the back so that they'll actually stay. But this is the final product. And I think I will have this one back here. Just kind of put them in the general vicinity of the trellis so that it can start grabbing onto it. And hopefully by the time I put it outside, it'll just take off, and I will have before and after pictures on Instagram because I'm excited to see this thing really fill out. So cool. I like it a lot. I mean, it's a little ghetto rigged with the white yarn, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not the most aesthetically pleasing person, so I love it. And I know my Hoya's gonna love it. So that wraps it up for this video, friends. I hope you all liked it. I didn't think about who I should tag, but I would love to hear your opinions. If you have a YouTube account and you want to do the tag, I'm tagging you, because I just want to hear about your opinions about everything, especially the rare plant type. That is a really hot topic nowadays, I feel like, so I want to hear your opinion. Let me know. Yeah, so I hope you all are being safe and sane and healthy, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!